right. All right, guys. So, in today's live, we are going to be discussing how you're able to create digital products from scratch, right? And able to sell those products, right? So, today we're going to be creating a digital coloring book. Right now, just because I'm creating a digital coloring book doesn't mean that you have to only create a digital coloring book. You can also create a print coloring book if you would like, right? So you can have a digital option and a print option if you would like. It's totally up to you. Thank you for the likes. So it's totally up to you which one you would like to do. In today's training, we're going to go over creating a digital coloring book, okay? So that is what we're going to go over in today's training. But before I get into that, I do want to do a little housekeeping, a little background to tell y'all, thank y'all for the likes. I see y'all coming in. Thank y'all for the likes. I do want to give y'all a little background, okay, when you're creating your digital products, right? Because, yeah, you can create a digital product, but if you don't know how to market and sell that digital product, you're not going to get anywhere, right? It doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world. If you don't know how to market and sell that digital product, you're not going to get anywhere, right? So, that is very important. So when you're creating your digital products, the first thing you want to do in general is you want to choose a niche, right? You want to choose a niche. This is very important. And you don't want to just choose any niche because I've been there, right? I've been there. I've did multiple businesses in my life and I was successful in each one. I've made money in each one. But the thing is, I wasted a lot of time, right? I wasted a lot of time with creating products. I mean, sorry, not creating products. I wasted a lot of time with doing different businesses that really didn't, what is the word I'm looking for? That really didn't connect with me all the way. I was just chasing the next shiny object syndrome. So this is why you really want to harp on choosing your niche. It is very important, okay? So once you choose your niche, then you're going to work on actually creating the digital product. So that is what we're going to be getting into today. We're going to show you how to create a actual digital coloring book today. So that is what we're going over today. We're going to be going over how to create a actual digital coloring book, okay? So after you create your product, you want to then package it up, create an offer, right? Create a offer that it's pretty much high converting, right? An offer that they can't help, they can't say no, they can't resist, right? So once you have that offer created, you have your niche, you have your product, then the next step is to market and sell that. Now there's many methods of marketing, right? There's content, which is social media content, right? Excuse me, right? There's paid ads, there's cold and warm outreach, there's email marketing, there's SMS marketing. So there's so many ways that you can get into marketing your digital product. Now, I only have an hour to two on this training, so I don't really have the time to go in depth on each single marketing strategy because I would never get to actually teaching y'all how to create the digital product. But I just wanted to do a little housekeeping before we get into it. Okay, so we're going to be creating a digital coloring book today. Okay, so how are y'all feeling in the chat before we get started? How are y'all feeling today? Are y'all just getting off work? Where y'all checking in from? Let me see what the vibes of the chat. Where are we checking in from before we get started? Are you coming from work, at home, driving? If you're driving, don't be looking at the camera if you're driving now. You can put it on the thing. Good. How are you? That's good. That's good. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. Thank you for the likes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I guess y'all might be busy at the moment. Y'all can't type in the chat. I really appreciate you, Laura, tuning in from home. Okay, I really appreciate you for interacting in the chat, y'all. This is very interactive from Illinois. Okay, nice. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. So let's get into it. Let me exit out of this. All right. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Maryland, Arizona. Okay, okay. We got some people in here from different areas. Okay, I see it. I see it. All right. And another thing I want to ask before I check, where are y'all coming from? So I sent out a message on a SMS or a text message, if y'all don't know what SMS is. And I want to know if y'all coming from that or y'all coming from YouTube. I'm trying to, because I'm new to going live on YouTube. I usually go live on TikTok. Hello, Ma, I'm live. All right. All right, bye. Okay. Sorry about that. So where are we tuning in from in the chat before we get started? I received the text message. YouTube. Okay. Okay. I got your text message. Okay. Okay. So it's a mixture. We got people from the text message and we got people from YouTube. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in, guys, because like I said, I don't want to waste too much time here. I want to get into the meat and the potatoes of everything so I can literally show y'all from step A to step Z how you're able to create digital coloring books like that. It might take a little longer because I'm actually teaching you, but I'm going to show y'all how to actually get this done. Okay. So while I'm doing this, can y'all just like the live? This just shows YouTube that we have activity going on in the live. So can y'all just heart the live as I'm teaching? That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm going to use a software called altierstudios.com to make my life a lot easier. So I'm already logged in here. So yesterday we went over creating a digital planner that we created. I'm going to show y'all that really quick, but we're not doing that today. We're going to actually create a coloring book today. So this was the cover that we got from the cover studio, the Altier cover studio. And then these were the pages that we got for those pages, right? To match. So these were the pages. And we upscaled them and everything with the publishing studio and the Altier publishing studio. So that is what we did yesterday. Okay. So today I'm going to actually go into creating the coloring books. Okay. All right. So let's go down to the Altier Color Studio. Oh, I forgot to put y'all the link in here. Hold on. In case y'all want to follow along with me, let me put the link in the chat. All right, there's the link in case y'all want to follow along. Okay, so now let's go into the Color Studio. All right, so we are going to create a digital coloring book today, okay? A digital coloring book to sell today, okay? Now, the first thing I recommend doing before actually creating your coloring book is to do the market research, right? So I'm going to show y'all a little bit into it. Like I said, this live is only going to be an hour to 2 hours. So there's only so much that I can show you within that span of time, right? But I'm going to briefly show you how you can do market research on Amazon, right? So let's go on Amazon really quick. Let's go on Amazon. Okay, so let me go to the chat really quick here. So guys, what kind of coloring book do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do a adult coloring book or a kids coloring book? Put it in the chat. Put adult or children coloring book or kids coloring book, whichever one. Put it in the chat. Let's see, what kind of coloring book do we want to do? Adults or children coloring book? Because that's going to let us know where we need to take our market research. So this is why I asked you that question. Adult. Okay, Amber says adult. Hey, Amber. Okay, Amber, let's do adult. Since Amber was the only one that I seen that put something in the chat, we're going to do adult. Okay. Okay, now I see the other ones coming in. Laura says adult. Me says adult. Okay, let's do adult. Okay, so let's type in adult coloring books, right? So you want to do your market research, right? So we see right here, stress relief. This is a good one. This has 4,000 plus reviews, right? So let's see if we find anything else. Okay, so you want to look at the reviews. Why do we look at the reviews? Let's see. I'm gonna tell y'all why, but let me see in the chat. Why do we look at Marie says children? Since we got a lot of adults, we're gonna do adults, but you would do children the same way. You would just search children coloring books, and you're gonna follow the same methods. Do anyone know why we look at the reviews? At Work, Wisconsin. Okay. Hi from work, love. That's fine. I understand. It's 5:18, so I figured people is probably just getting off of work. So yeah, I understand that. So why do y'all think that we actually look at the reviews when we're doing the market research, or see how many reviews? Why do y'all think? Does anyone know? Know what to include or to avoid? Okay. Yes, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Anything else? To see what's trending. Ah, there we go. To see what's trending. Yes, we want to look at the reviews because we want to see what is actually selling, right? We don't want to waste our time creating a product that doesn't have no research. Not saying that you cannot create a product that's unique, because there might be something that's in the marketplace. I mean, that's not in the marketplace that you see that you created that's unique that you might want to market and sell. And you can do that. But if you want the fastest results, the quickest way is to model what people is doing that is already selling, right? That has already got sales. And if you see someone that has 4,000 plus reviews, that tells you at least you know that at least 4,000 people have purchased that. Now, really, more than 4,000 people purchased that, because not everybody that purchases something leaves a review. I have multiple people that purchase my product. The same amount of people that purchase, not everybody leaves a review. So not everybody is going to leave a review, but it's good to look at the reviews because this is the important part on knowing your market. Okay, so let's get back to it. Okay. I think that one is the highest. This one is another stress relief. See, we see stress relief is trending. This one has 968 reviews. Oh, this one has 17,000. 100 Flowers adult coloring book. This would be a good one as well, right? This would be a good one. So, which one y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do Flowers coloring book? 100 Flowers adult coloring book. So this has to have at least 100 pages. Or do y'all want to do the stress relief? Put it in the chat. Do y'all want to do stress relief? Do y'all want to see a stress relief coloring book made? Right? And stress relief can technically be on any topic. As you can see, this has birds, and then the other stress relief has a mushroom, right? So it says animals, landscaping, etc. And this one has flowers, okay? So which one y'all want to do? Let's see. Stress. What is the website called? Stress. Okay, love. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm on my computer. I can't really see it. Nina, I'm going to put the website in the chat. Give me 1 second, love. Let me put the website for you in the chat. We're in the Color Studio. So if you go ahead and get the software that we're using, we're in the color studio. So just so you know. Can you combine floral stress relief? Yeah, you technically can do that. You're right. That's actually a good idea. That's a great idea. You definitely can combine the two together for sure. Definitely can combine the two together for sure. So I have stress, and like my girly me said, we're let's combine it. Let's actually combine the two. So let's take the two elements. That is a great idea. Let's take the two elements. We see that um the flower adult coloring book had 17,000 reviews. 17,000, right? 17,000. And the stress relief, the highest one had I think it was 4,000 or something. 4,000 or something, right? So we can take the two if we would like, and we can name the book Stress Relief because that's what's trending. And we can make the images in the book flowers. And that is how we would be able to take 2 and 2. Will we be able to see your screen? Yes, I'm going to share. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I was sharing my screen. I wasn't even sure. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. I was thinking that I was sharing my screen. I didn't even share it. Let me show y'all. I'm going to go back to it so y'all can see what I seen. I thought I was sharing the screen the whole time, and I wasn't. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me share the screen really quick. All right, can y'all see my screen right now? Hold on, I'm gonna go on Amazon. So this is what I found, guys. So I literally went to Amazon. I typed in adult coloring book, right? So these are sponsored, right? So that means people pay for ads to be on Amazon, and this is why they're at the top. But you can see that their reviews is 4,000 plus reviews for the stress relief, right? And it has adults coloring book with animals and landscapes. Okay, so it's just different random coloring pages that they created there. Okay, so then this one right here has 968 reviews, and this is stress relief. And it's another one that's modeling animals, flowers, fantasy, and more mindful relaxation. Okay, so this is the one that I was talking about right here. It says 100 flowers adult coloring book, right? And as you can see, it has over 17,000 reviews. And you see, this is a paperback, and it's $11.97. Right now, you can make this a paperback, or you can make it print. And in the software that we're going to use, you can do paperback or you can do print. It's set up so you can do both. Okay, it's set up so you can do both. I recommend to sell both, unless you're just trying to be a digital girly like me and you want to do digital products. But honestly, just because I'm a digital girly doesn't mean I plan to release a book way in the future. So then I'm not going to be only digital. So it's okay if you're mainly digital and you have a product, some products that's physical. It's okay to do that, guys. It's totally up to you what you want to do at the end of the day. Okay, so we're going to take the stress relief and we're going to use a flower coloring book because it seems like a lot of people likes flowers. As you can see, for this one, it says bouquets, wreaths, swirls, patterns, decoration, inspirational, right? And it's doing good. Okay, so this is how you want to model your stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this one, but we're gonna name our book like stress relief because that's obviously what's catching as well. We could have just did a flowers as well because that's trending as well, but we're gonna spin off of both and we're gonna make a book together today on live. Okay, all right, and ours is gonna go on animals. I mean, not animals, flowers. So as you can see here, this book has these type of flowers right here, which is going to be super easy to create. As you can see, the vase in the background. Then it has wreaths, right? Wreaths. And then these are some of the coloring pages and what they look like. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is how we're going to get our inspiration for our interior pages. We already know we're going to title it something with stress relief. Okay. We know that. Okay. So let me go back here to the chat and see if I can see anything that y'all are saying here. We check to see if it's selling. Correct. Yes. Yes. Amber says SMS. Okay. TJ says yes. I'm sorry, I don't even remember what you're saying yes to, love. I sent in the hearts back your way, Amber. All right, guys, so let's get into it, okay? Let's get into actually creating the actual coloring book, okay? So let's go back to the Altier Studio, the Color Studio. And for this example, for a digital coloring book, I recommend to have at least 30 pages minimum. For a print coloring book, I recommend to have at least 40 pages minimum. Now, you can have more. As you can see on that book that sold for 17,000, that has at least 17,000 sales, that book had that book, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That book had 100 pages, right? It had 100 pages, and that book was selling for $11.97, and that's for the paperback. And then it has spiral bound for $25. So let's do some quick math really quick. Let's do some quick math. Let me do this really quick. So we're gonna have 17,393 reviews, and it is more than that, obviously, because not everybody leaves a review. Times 11, we're going to just say the paperback. We're not even going to say the spiral bind. We're going to just go with the paperback, 97. That is $208,194.21, guys, from a coloring book that they sold for $11.97. This is the power of creating digital coloring books that sell, okay? So I don't know if y'all can see it, but that is it right there. You can calculate it yourself if you don't believe me. All right. So let me see if I have any questions. You have to know how to market. DB, you have to know how to market. Anything is not going to sell if you don't know how to market. If you don't know how to market, it's not going to sell. If you know how to market, you can sell anything, literally. You have to learn how to market. It's not only about creating the product. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do before the product and after the product to have the product to sell, okay? All right, so let me continue. Let's go ahead and get into it because we're already in 23 minutes and we haven't even started the actual product yet. Okay, so guys, right here, we're going to choose complete product bundle because we're going to create the front cover, the interior pages, and we're not going to do the back cover or the back's full wrap because we're not doing a print for this example. But this software can do print. Maybe one day I'll come live and show y'all how to do a print coloring book so y'all can know how to do it. Like, I'm not going to show you the full process because that would take too long. I am going to do that in my mentorship. I'm going to show you the full process, how to actually upload it to Amazon KDP, all of that stuff. But I can't do that in an hour or two live. I'm not going to be able to do that in an hour or two live. That's going to take longer than that. So I only can do but so much. I only can teach but so much. So we're going to do complete product bundle. I told you what I recommend for the pages for print and for digital, at least minimum. I'm going to do 2 pages because we only have an hour to 2 hours on this live. So I don't have time to do a 30, 40 page plus coloring book on this live. Okay. So we're going to do 2 pages just to show y'all how to use the software so that y'all can actually create this and make money yourselves. Okay. All right. And then if you wanted to do a paperback print, you can do Amazon KDP Letter or one of these right here. But we're doing a digital one. So we're going to go with either iPad Portrait or GoodNotes portrait, unless you want a landscape coloring book. But we're gonna go with I'm gonna go with GoodNotes 8.5 by 11 portrait. Okay. All right. Now you're gonna choose your selections or sections of your digital coloring book. Now, since you're doing a digital coloring book, we don't need the back cover, so we can uncheck that. You can choose if you would like to have a mock-up or no mock-up, okay? We're going to do mock-up so that y'all can see what the mock-up looks like, but you don't have to do a mock-up if you don't want to. It's totally up to you, but you're going to use the mock-up to promote your product, so I would do a mock-up if you can, okay? All right. Now, these are the actual coloring pages and styles that you can choose from, right? So these are the type of styles that you're going to choose from. So right now we're doing a stress relief style coloring book, right? Because that's what we found in our market, right? That is what we have here in our market, right? Well, this is not the stress relief one. This is the flowers, but we looked at it and we found the stress relief. So we're going to do stress relief. So I'm going to put that here because that's the style coloring book that I'm shooting for. So I'm going to do stress relief. Okay. I'm going to add a custom style. I'm going to scroll down, make sure I add it, and it added. Okay. So that's good. So we're going to continue. Now, these are the niche and theme of your coloring book. Now, we want to do flowers, right? We want to do flowers. That is our theme, right? So we're going to put flowers, okay? So for our niche, we're going to put flowers, okay? Or theme, we're going to put flowers. Now, you can be specific. If you want daisies, if you want roses, if you want wreaths, if you want whatever. But for me, I'm going to just keep it broad and I'm going to just say flowers, okay? So I'm going to add a custom theme and I'm going to keep it at flowers, okay? Then for our character builder. Now, we're not trying to really build out a character for this because in these examples, even though some of them have birds, but we're doing the flower aspect, so we don't really need a character, right? So for the Amazon example, as you can see, this is flowers. There's no person here. And then the other one that we seen for stress relief was like mushrooms and it was animals and stuff like that. So it didn't really have a person. So we don't necessarily need a person for this style coloring book that we're doing, okay? So I'm going to not worry about the character. So I'm going to put no person, right? And I'm going to put custom. Well, no, I'm going to just leave it up here. We're going to just leave it at no person. Okay. And I'm going to leave all of this blank about the character because we don't want a character, right? We don't want a character. So I'm going to leave all of this blank. Okay. All of that blank. Okay. All of this blank. Now, I'm going to name it. We can ask ChatGPT to give us some names. So let me ask Chat. Hey, Chat. So I'm working on a coloring book that's about stress relief. And it's going to focus on flowers, right? So that is what we're going to have in the book. It's going to focus on flowers, but I want it to relieve stress. And it's an adult coloring book. Okay. Can you give me some titles that I can use for this coloring book? Now, another thing that you can do is you can take the titles, you can look at your competitors, look at that niche and the category, and you can take the titles of those and put it into chat and then ask it to give you titles based off of that. But we don't have time to do that today. So I'm going to show you this method. Bloom into peace. I like that. Stress relief is in bloom. I kind of want to have stress relief in the title because that's what a lot of the popular ones are, but that is the only one that says stress relief. Stress relief flowers. Let's just go with this. Let's just go with this, okay? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to paste it. Hold on, let me see something really quick, guys. Okay, I just had to check something. All right. And then for the subtitle and the author or brand name, I'm going to leave that blank. You can add that if you would like. So now we're building out the cover, okay? So for the front cover, I want the front cover because again, we're creating a digital coloring book. Now, if you was doing a print coloring book, you can either choose front and back cover, or you can choose full wrap cover or KDP wrap cover, okay? So since we're doing a digital coloring book, I'm going to do front cover only and digital cover, okay? So those are the two that I'm going to choose. Now we need to choose our background hex color. So we can get inspiration from our inspiration, right? So this one has a black solid color background, right? So we can either do black like they did, or we can choose another color, okay? So which one y'all want to do? Let me check the chat. Which one y'all want to do? Do y'all want to do black or do y'all want to do another color? Navy? Do we have any other ones? Or we just got navy? If not, we can do navy, like a bluish color, like a dark bluish color. Okay, so I don't see any other ones. So gray. I'm going to do navy. Let's do navy because that was the first. So let's do navy. All right. So let me see here. Let me go to the blues. Let's do I like this kind of blue. I think that would be cute. So let's do that. I'm going to paste that here. All right. And for the background style, remember our inspiration had a solid color background. So we're going to keep that inspiration and we're going to do solid color. Now, this is the actual front cover description and back cover description of your coloring book. Now, the front cover of your coloring book, we're only going to need the front cover, okay? Because we're doing a digital coloring book. We don't need the back cover. Now, if we was doing a print coloring book, then we would need the front cover and the back cover, okay? So for this example, we're only doing a digital coloring book. So we're going to do the front cover only. So what are we going to do? Now, we can take photos from our inspiration, right? We can do this on places like Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, I'm sorry. Places like Amazon and Pinterest, okay? So we already have this one. So we're going to screenshot this. We're going to screenshot this. And then we're going to come to chat in the same chat that we've been in. So chat can have memory of what we're doing. We're going to paste it. And then we're going to come back to Amazon or Pinterest, wherever you're finding yours at. And we're going to go back. And since we're trying to play off the stress as well as the flower aspect, we're going to screenshot the other high performing covers, okay? So let's screenshot this one. Screenshot that. You don't have to screenshot multiple. You can just do one. I'm just doing this because we're doing multiple aspects. So it's always good to have more than one if you can, but if not, if you only have one, that is totally fine as well. Okay. That is totally fine. And you only want to screenshot the ones that have a lot of reviews. Okay. Not just a little bit of reviews. You need ones that have a lot of reviews because that shows that it is actually doing well. Okay. It is doing well in the market. Okay, so this is going to be the last one that I use. And then I'm going to come to chat and I'm going to tell chat to pretty much my aspect of what I'm trying to do again. And I'm going to tell it, this is my inspiration and this is what I want the style. Can you give me a detailed front cover description? Okay. So, hey chat, based off of the actual photos that I have here, these are my competitors that are killing it in the market. I want to base my coloring book off of the styles used in here for a stress relief coloring book that is for adults, that models the actual flowers. So the whole book would just be flowers. Can you give me a front cover description for my coloring book? Can you give me a detailed front cover description? All right. And we're going to send that to chat while we're waiting. Well, never mind. Chat is already doing it. I was going to check the chat, but I'm about to check the chat in just a minute after I copy and paste this. All right. So chat just finished everything here. Okay. So we're going to copy it, the whole response, and we're going to come back to the Altier Studio. And the Color Studio, we're going to paste the front cover description. Now we're going to disregard the back cover because we're doing a digital coloring book, so we don't need the back cover for this. Okay, so let me check and see if anybody said anything in the chat. Ooh, I got purple. I'm sad that I just seen that because purple is my favorite color. So I definitely would have did purple. But we already did the navy blue. Maybe the next live. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and maybe we can do it in the next live. Okay. So I'm going to try to go live. Right now. I'm testing out the time frame of 5 p.m. starting live at 5 p.m. from Monday through Friday, probably. And then on the weekends, I'm going to take off. And then, yeah, so that's what I'm testing right now. So we'll see if that changes. If I decide to go earlier, I try to give a little bit of time for people to get off work, but yeah. All right. So let's get back to it. All right. So now we're going to come here to the color palette. Now I'm going to disregard the color palette. I'm going to choose auto match the vibe because I don't really want to choose a color palette for my coloring book. I just want it to match the vibe. Now, if you wanted a specific color palette, you can choose between these if you would like. Or you can come down here and find hex codes, like on places like Pinterest. You can find color palettes, add the color here, right? And then apply the color to the prompt. And then you can use it that way without doing anything else. Or you can add the color, add in the hex codes here, add the color, and put in the name of that palette and save it here. And then it will save to your custom palettes here at the bottom right here. Okay. But we're gonna disregard this section because we already just chose auto match, and we're not really trying to choose a certain color for the coloring book. So we're gonna disregard that section. Now we're in our interior pages. Now we're on our interior pages, okay? So for this, what type of style coloring do we want? Do we want bold, thick lines? Do we want medium, clean lines, thin, delicate, mixed weight, etc.? So I'm going to do bold, thick lines, and I'm going to do detailed adult coloring and pure white background, okay? And then for the interior page scenes, so these are the actual scenes of the coloring books, right? So what is going to be happening, right? So as you can see, we have wedding florals. So I could do that as a scene if I wanted to. Floral mandala, I could do that as a theme if I wanted to. Or I can add a custom theme. So I'm going to do, since one of their images was a flower and vase, so I'm going to put flowers in a vase close up. That's one of my scenes. And then another one I'm going to just choose wedding floral. So I'm going to choose this one. Okay. So those are my two scenes that I'm going to do for my coloring pages. Now, when you're choosing a coloring book, if you're going to choose a character, you want your poses to match your interior pages. Why? Because if you don't, it's going to give you the same pose over and over again. But in this aspect, we're not really trying to do a character. So for this aspect, we're going to do wedding florals and the flower in the vase, right? So for this aspect, so you want your scenes to match your pages. If you want different pages, like different scenes on different ones, okay? Now, if you just want a whole bunch of wedding florals, then you can just do that. One scene is going to be a whole different pages of wedding florals. But if you want different scenes like wedding florals, flowers in a vase, whatever, you can do that. And if you need help with this, you can go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT for different scenes. If you're doing no character, you can do this for characters as well. Of course, with characters, you might not want to just have one scene. You might want to have multiple. You can do that as well. Or you can have one scene if you want characters. Now, for characters, you're going to have to choose different poses. You can go to ChatGPT and ask about the poses as well, okay? All right. And now if you want to add any extra details that we don't have here, you can also come here under the optional scene notes and you can add in any extra details here. Okay. So let me check the chat really quick. I'm listening while driving home from work. Okay, love, be safe. Yeah, you're listening, so that's good. You have your listening ears on. Don't worry about watching. Stay focused on the road. I want you to stay safe, okay? All right. Hey, made it and taking notes. That's right. My note takers is my money makers. Let's go. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, we're doing good on time. All right. So now that we're going to leave the scene notes blank, I'm going to leave it like it is. I don't want to add any extra scene notes. So I'm going to leave that blank. Now, this is the negative prompts. This is absolutely what you do not want at all. Okay. What you do not want at all. Okay. So I'm going to leave this how it is. But if there was something else that you absolutely do not want, you would put a comma here, put a space, whatever you don't want, and then that is that. But I'm gonna leave it like it is. Let me see. Marlon, do you already have the software, or am I thinking about somebody else? Because like, are you taking notes so you can follow along, or are you just taking notes? I was just making sure. I don't know if I'm getting you confused with somebody else. I'm just waiting for Marlon to respond really quick, and then we're going to get back into it. Hopefully Marlon's not driving or nothing. I'm going to come back and check on Marlon when I finish, because I don't know if Marlon might be doing something really right now or something. I'm not sure. Or am I saying the name wrong? I'm not sure. But let's get back to it, guys. Okay? Let's get back to it. So that is the negative prompt. So now I'm going to scroll down. So now this is for our mock-up. Okay? So this is for our actual mock-up. Okay? So we have multiple options, and we are creating a digital coloring book. So we can do front cover mock-up. I would do this for a print, open color. That's for a print. Okay. You can do color in page mock-up. That's another good one. But you can do Etsy listing mock-up. I usually always do iPad color mock-up, but let's do Etsy listing mock-up. Let's do Etsy listing just to show y'all different examples. Okay. And now, if you have a specific description of how you would love your mock-up, you can put that here. If you don't care and you just want to go with the flow, see what it gives you, what the actual software will give you, you can just leave this blank. I'm going to leave it blank. Okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to generate our prompts. Okay. We're going to generate our prompt. So the prompt has been generated. Let's check here. So this is our front cover prompt. Let me check really quick the chat and see if Marlon responded. Saying it wrong. Let me see. Marilyn. Is it Marilyn? Marilyn? Yeah, I remember we talked last night because it was somebody else that has a similar name that also has it. So I was just wondering. Okay, so that wasn't the other person I'm thinking about. Okay, so let me see. Oh, I remember we did talk last night. You're right. Because you was like, you're going to get it, but not right now. I remember. I remember. I remember now. Sorry, y'all. I'll be talking to multiple people. I got students and it's a lot. So I'll be forgetting sometimes. So you got to forgive me. But okay. All right. So let's copy our front cover prompt. All right. And we're going to paste it in that same exact chat that we've been in. And we're going to click create image. And we're going to send it, okay, to chat. Now, while that is working, we're going to grab this front cover prompt is long, y'all. That's how I said. I worked so hard on this software to make it detailed so it can come out as great as possible. You know, sometimes we still have issues with AI because AI is not always perfect. AI makes mistakes. It even tells you that it makes mistakes. So you just got to take it, you know, and redo it if you have to. Okay, so that is that. We're not going to sit. Oh, wait, it just finished. Look at that, guys. That is beautiful. I'm going to let y'all see it in just a second up close. Okay, so this is our overview prompt, right? So this is our overview. Now the overview and page one goes together, okay? Overview and page one goes together. I'm thinking about changing it so that the overview and the page one is already together. But right now the overview and page one goes together. So we're going to copy this. And in the same chat with the overview, we're going to paste the page one, okay? Now, before I send that, this is what we got for our stress relief coloring book. And this looks super cute, super gorgeous. It actually looks a little better than the one that we've seen. So if you ask me, in my opinion, but it looks great. So what we're going to do is we're going to download it. So I'm going to download it. All right. And let me see here. I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it under. Did I not create a page? No, I didn't. Because this is a new laptop. I had to get rid of my other laptop because it wasn't strong enough to support the stuff that I was doing with creating softwares and stuff. So I had to get another one. So we're going to put coloring pages. Okay. And we're going to put that in there. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and send our interior page. I'm going to click create image. I'm going to send our interior page one. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and copy our interior page 2. And I'm going to put it in chat. I'm not going to send it until it's finished with our first one. You don't have to copy the overview for this one. It's just that. So I'm going to do that. All right. So this is our first coloring book. And as you can see, it has page. It has the vase and it's here and it doesn't have a person like we want it. So that is good. So we're going to save it. All right. And I'm going to save it to coloring pages. All right. So that is that. Now we're going to send the page 2. We're going to make sure we click create image, send. That is that. So we're going to come here and we're going to go to the mock-up prompt. Of course, you would do all of your pages, but we're going to go to the mock-up prompt and we're going to paste it. We're not going to send it until it finishes the other one. While I'm thinking about it, I want to let y'all know that if you scroll, let me see, right here, you can name this and save it as a generation so you can come back to it later, right? So if I wanted to save this as, let me say, adult stress flower. You can also name it the name of your coloring book, but adult stress flower. Actually, let's name it the name of the coloring book. Let me scroll back up. Okay, so this is what we named it. Let's name it this. Okay, and it just finished our picture because I just got a notification. So we're gonna click here and you're gonna save it. And as you can see, it has been saved and it's right here. So if you, when you come in again, you can load it by clicking right here. Okay. And when you come in again, so say if you create 10 color interior pages, but you're not finished and you don't want to, you're not trying to finish it. You don't want to lose the prompt. You can save it and come back to it later. Okay. So that is also inside of the software as well. All right, so that should be done. It said it was done. Let's check it. Okay, and this was our wedding bouquet flower type of style. So this is another one that we have. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. All right, and then we're going to send off our mock-up, and that will be the last one before we assemble it to sell. All right. See, do we have any questions? Yes, like Monroe. Oh, like Marilyn Monroe. Okay, Marilyn. Okay. Hey, Marilyn. Love it. Thank you. Sweet. Nice cover. Thank you, love. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all, I'm going to run to the restroom really quickly. I will be right back. I don't think you can pause on YouTube. That's the only downside because on TikTok you can pause. I don't think you can pause. So, and our mock-up just finished. My phone just let me know, but I have to go to the restroom really quick. Let me see if you can pause. Create a highlight video. Stream. Share. I don't see anything where you can pause. Yeah, I don't see where you can pause. So I'm going to run. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hopefully I'll remember to share it. I'm going to run to the restroom. I'm going to put my laptop up here and I will be right back. Okay. Whew. I got to go, y'all. All right, y'all. Let me grab a water. I'll be right back. Woo. Oh boy. Okay. Woo. Trying to fix my pillow here. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Whew. All right, let's check on our mock-up. Let me share my screen really quick. All right, can y'all see my screen? Can y'all see my screen? Somebody put something in the chat. Let me know before I start. Can y'all see the screen? Yes? Okay. Thank you. All right, so let's continue. So we just got our mock-up from the Altier Color Studio as well. So we're going to save the mock-up. The mock-up is super cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and save the mock-up. I'm going to save. Well, I guess I'll save it here. Hey. Hey, Gail. Hey, pretty Gail. So I'm going to go ahead and save the mock-up. Hey, baby. Let me see. Okay. So we saved that. I believe. Let me make sure. Yes, saved. Okay. So now. Gotta get changed, baby.
Whole shirt, shorts.
Hey. Oh, yeah, I see it too. So, all right, guys. So you literally have to. You have everything that you need. Hold on, let me stop sharing. You literally now have everything that you need to actually put together your actual digital coloring book, right? So we're actually love the mock-up too. Thank you. So we're actually going to put it together, okay? So who is ready to put everything together so that we can have our file so that we can actually sell this digital product, right? Who is ready? Thank you, Dre. Who is ready? Put a 1 in the chat. Who is, yeah. You done took the thing off? Or your daddy thing? You who is ready? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I think YouTube is lagging because it takes a little while for me to see y'all put something in the chat. But put a 1 in the chat and we're gonna put it all together. Yes. Me says yes. Okay. All right. Me says 1. Dre says 1. All right. So let's put it together, guys. Let's put it together. We're actually finishing this a little quicker than what I expected. Betty Smith says 1. All right. So let's put it together. Steffi says 1. Marilyn says 1. All right. DB says 1. There we go. We got the ones coming in. I see y'all. Let's go. All right. So let's do it, guys. So let me share my screen again. All right. So let's get to it. So we're going to go back to the Altier Studio. Okay. So we're done with the Color Studio now, right? So we're going to go to the actual publishing studios because we're actually ready to publish our digital products. Right. Let me see one more thing really quick here. Let me go back to the Color Studio to check something really quick. That I want to show y'all. Let's see. Hold on. I can't really see the thing. Let me see. Okay, and as you can see, I reloaded it because I wanted to make sure I show y'all. And as you can see, the prompt is still here after we got out of it. So you're going to be able to load it and go back to your prompts. So it's going to show you the prompts if you come back in. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all that that works. Okay, so let's go ahead and start publishing our actual page for our digital coloring books. So first you want to upscale your images, right? So with everything you want to upscale when it comes to digital and print. To have the absolute best quality, you want to upscale because when people are using your product for a digital coloring book, they might be using it on something like Procreate or another coloring type of app that they can use it on. When they're zooming in, you don't want it to be super, super pixelated. No, we don't want that. Same thing with a digital planner. You don't want it to be super, super pixelated. No, we don't want that. So this is why we upscale. Same thing with print. If you don't upscale your print images, it's going to look super pixelated, super blurry, super not good. So you want to upscale. This is the reason why we upscale. Okay, so we're going to go to upscale. You want to upscale at least 4x or above. 4x or above. Okay, so we're going to do 8x because why not do the best quality? If we got it, why not use it? Okay, so we're going to do 8x and we're going to leave the enhance on. Enhance is going to enhance the sharpness, the saturation a little bit. Okay, so it's going to be not super noticeable, but I like to keep it on. You can turn it off if you don't want it. Okay, so we're going to add in our actual, so you can click here to add it, or you can come over here and click add images, whichever one you want. So we're going to add our coloring pages here. So I'm going to add those right here. We're not going to add our mock-up because you don't have to upscale the mock-up. Why? Because you're just marketing the mock-up. You only upscale the stuff that's actually going to be included in the product. You don't have to upscale mock-ups, okay? So we're going to open them. And as you can see, we have our cover and we have our 2 coloring pages here, okay? So what you're going to do, as you can see, it says queued, right? It's in the queue. So the reason why I like the Altair Publishing Studio is because it's not like I Love IMG where you upscale and you only can upscale 2 at a time. You can upscale multiple in batch, okay, at a time with the Altair Publishing Studio, okay? So this is why I really like it, okay? So as you can see, it's queued. So we're going to click upscale and it's going to start processing and you're going to slowly see these turn to green. And it's going to show you that it's upscale. As you can see, these 2s are ready. And now this one is ready, okay? So now you're going to download these, okay? So we're going to download them, okay? So you're going to download them. Hold on, y'all. Did my screen just freeze? Okay, it's downloading. I think my screen is it? There it goes. It was glitching for a second there. All right. So let me see. Did it download? Yes, it downloaded. All right. So we're going to come back to tools. All right. And now we're done with the upscaling. We're going to go to Hyperlink PDF. Hyperlink PDF. Are y'all getting this? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all are getting this. Are y'all getting this? 1? Okay, y'all getting it. Good. Miss Beautiful says 1. All right. So let's go back here. Dre says 1. Okay. All right. I'm glad that y'all are getting it. So now this is the easy part. It's not as, you don't have to do as much with the Publishing Studio as you would have to do with the digital planner because you're not linking anything unless you want to make like a linked digital coloring book. You can do that if you want to with the Publishing Studio, but we're not doing that. We're just doing a regular basic digital coloring book, okay? So we're going to go upload cover. We're going to upload the upscaled cover that we just upscaled. So let me see here. Okay, so it's right here. So we're going to upload that as our cover. Okay, there it goes. It took a little minute. All right, so we're going to do cover. You don't really have to rename it for digital coloring books. It's more so usable for digital planners, but it's just a habit. So I didn't really have to name that, but I did. So it is what it is. So we're going to upload these images now are interior pages. It's going to take a little minute. It's going to come in there. All right, there goes one. We're waiting on one more. While we're waiting on that, let me check the chat, see if there's anything. Is this the free version of Studio? There is no free version. I don't know if it's my computer is glitching a little bit because I have all of this stuff running or what. Or did I not add all of the pages? But I could have sworn I did. I'm going to refresh the page. Let's see. Hopefully, and it did start me over. I shouldn't have did that. I figured because I didn't save the project. So that was my fault. I figured it was going to do that too. It's okay. All right, let me do this again. Oh, I did only click one. I thought when I clicked both of them, it clicked both. I did only click one. So that was one at the time. So that is why it's only uploaded one. I would have been waiting forever. Okay. Now I see why I did that. So we're going to give it a little time and it's going to upload here. All right. So if you wanted to rename it, you can rename it here or you can rename it here. Like if you were creating a digital planner for a coloring book, it doesn't really matter as much. But if you were creating a digital planner with the Publishing Studio, like actually finalizing and linking up the digital planner in the Publishing Studio, you would do that. Okay. So now that we actually have our pages, you can either preview it because you don't have to link anything when it comes to your coloring books, okay? Because you're creating a digital coloring book, you don't have to link it unless you're creating a digital planner like we did yesterday. So for this, you're going to want to either preview it to see what it's going to look like, or you can just export it and it's going to give you the full file that you need for the export, the digital coloring book. Okay, so we're going to just go to preview just so y'all can see what the preview looks like. And as you can see, it's building out the preview now. Let me check the chat while we're waiting on that. Yes, the upscaling and all of that comes in the same program. You literally unlock everything. So you get the Cover Studio, which creates the digital and print journal and planner covers. Then you get the Planner Studio, which allows you to create the actual planner pages and journal pages. You get the Color Studio, which is what we did today, which allows you to create the actual coloring books, and then the digital and print coloring books. You get the Publishing Studio, which is what we use to actually upscale and finalize the coloring book, as well as what you're going to use to finalize the digital planners. And if you're interested in creating digital planners, you can check my page. I have videos where I created digital planners there, or you can just catch me live. I'm going to be going live from like Monday through Friday. So you can catch me live, and I do different stuff each time I go live. You'll see it come back around, but yeah. And it also has an AI UGC studio. So if you want to do faceless content, you can do it with your AI character as well. So it has all of that, and it will include other stuff as well. It will include like future updates. So if you have it, you can lock in this price and you'll be able to get actual future updates in the past at the same price. Okay. So yeah. Awesome. Can't wait. Can't wait for what? I'm sorry. Are you talking about to get the software? Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry. I'm guessing that's what you're saying, but I just had to make sure. I'll come back to that. Let me check on this here. Okay, so here's the preview, guys. Here's the preview. Okay, so here's the preview, guys. So this is the actual preview of the actual coloring book itself. So as you can see, what? Huh? Okay, I'm almost finished. But this is the actual preview of the actual digital coloring book that we were able to create here. This is the actual preview. So as you can see, now of course on yours it will be more because you'll have a full coloring book. So this is just 2 pages. Of course, I don't recommend doing a coloring book with just 2 pages, right? But this is something just so you can see. This is just to teach you how to do it so that you can execute, okay? So this is the actual preview of what it will look like. So you can actually download it here, or you can open it in a new tab if this is too small for you and you want to see it bigger. You can open it here in a new tab and it will show you it bigger. Okay, so this is it, as you can see. This is the actual images for the actual coloring book, as you can see. So this is the final product. So do I have any questions to get it? Haha. Oh, okay. That's great. Yeah, it's a wonderful software, and we'll continue to add more stuff to it to make it even better. Okay, especially for our digital people. Okay, so if you're interested in getting the product, I'm going to go into that now. So who is interested in learning how they can get access to the actual product? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat and I'll show y'all how to get access to it. Miss Beautiful says 1. Okay. I love your name, Miss Beautiful. I love that. Miss Beautiful. I know that's right. Dre says 1. All right. So I have some people that's interested in knowing how to get access. I have my action takers. I see. You're welcome. I have my action takers in the chat. I can't call y'all action takers yet. Y'all got to take action before I call y'all action takers. But I see my people coming to the front. that seem like they some action takers. So for my action takers that's in the front, that's here, that's ready to change their lives, right? These, I'm going to give this here for y'all. But for everybody else that's on this training, you literally have two choices. You can do choice one, where you go out, you do it manually, you do it by yourself. It takes months, weeks just to create one digital product, or one but waiting on check. Okay, that's fine, Marilyn. You can get it when you can, love. Long as you're trying to make initiative, long as that you have it in your mind that you're going to get it, that's all that matters. Okay, you're trying to change your life. You're trying to do better so you can do what you have to do. That's all that matters. Okay. And then we have Betty Smith says one. Okay, I see y'all coming in. We're going to see who the real action takers is in a minute, though. We're going to see. And then I have my people that has road that chooses choice number 2, right? Where they're going to do it with the right tools to make their life easier so that they can do it quicker, right? Which one are you? Put a 1 and a 2 in the chat. Are you going to be number 1 that's going to take longer and do it manually, and maybe create the product in like, I don't know, a couple of weeks, couple of months? Or are you going to be number 2 that's going to create the product in 1 to a couple of days, 1 day to a couple of days? So which one are you going to be, number 1 or number 2? Latoya says 1. What? You're going to be 1? You're not going to be 2? Miss Beautiful says 2. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be number 2 all day. Dre says, I want quicker. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That is what I'm talking about. I love to see it. So let me show y'all how y'all going to get access today. So let me put the actual link here in the chat. Now, the program is only $99 a month. That's it. And you get access to every single tool, not just the one we showed here today. Let me show y'all actually. Let me go to it so I can show y'all. You're going to get access. This is the site. So after you purchase, these are all demos of each studio. So you're knowing everything that you're getting access to. It's going to walk you through step by step on each single studio. Okay. So you're not only getting access to the cover studio that we went over today, you're going to actually be able to see all the demos. And I'm going to be doing daily lives. I'm taking the weekend off, but I'm going to do Monday through Friday. I'm going to be doing daily lives. So you're going to see the product in action. Okay. All right. So these are the demos, right? So these are the studios. We have the cover studio, which allows you to create digital in print journal in planner covers. We have the planner studio, which allows you to create those actual planner pages, right? We have the actual color studio, which allows you to create digital coloring books as well as print. We just went over that today. And we have the Altier Publishing Studio, which we went into a little bit today, but we didn't see all of it. You can actually link your digital planners in here as well. But today we actually published our digital coloring book and upscaled our images in the Publishing Studio. And then we have the UGC Studio, which allows you to create AI UGC avatars. I'm probably going to go over this one tomorrow. So that is what this allows you to do. Okay. Now, these are some of the things that our products has allowed us to be able to create on live. So this is a cover that we created, a digital cover that we created with the Altier cover studio. As you can see here, this is a print wedding planner budget page that we created. This is the coloring book cover, as you can see here. So this is also, we have different races. As you can see, there's tabs at the top, tabs on the side. We have our UGC creators here that we have, our AI UGC creators, right? We have our digital planners, right? We have our digital planners here. We have our actual covers that the Altier Cover Studio allows you to create. And this is what the Altier Planner Studio allows you to create. And this is the Altier UGC Studio. And this is the Altier Color Studio right here, which is the number 1. So as you can see, the options are endless, okay? And then we also have reviews here from some people that tried our software. Now, of course, not everybody that purchased has left a review, but I need to get better on that, on trying to get y'all to leave some more reviews. But these are reviews here. These are some of the feature reviews. We also have more reviews here that you can scroll through as well. So yes, so this is the actual product. So now let me give you the actual link so that y'all can go ahead and purchase it. So how you're going to purchase is you're going to come right here under pricing. And as you can see, you get access to everything, every single studio, all future studios. So it's very important to lock in the price now, because you don't know, the price could go up, and you want to lock in the price now so that if the price does go up, you already have this locked in. Thank you. You already have this locked in. Okay. So you want to lock in the price. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this link to the direct thing so you can purchase if you're interested. And let's see who are my action takers. Let's see if we have any action takers on the live today. Great job. No, that was to get it. Oh, that was to get it. Oh, okay, Latoya. Don't you already have it, Latoya? I think you already got it, love. Let's see who's going to get it. All right, guys. So that is the actual link. Let me know if y'all have any issues with accessing it. Let me know if y'all have any questions here while y'all have me here on the live. Do we have any questions? Because soon I'm going to be getting off. So do we have any questions? That's why I had the smiley faces. Oh, okay, love. Okay. I was like, what? I see you. I see you. We already got some action takers in here. You know, we already got people that already took action with the quickness. I want to see where my action takers at today. Are y'all ready? The people that said, that put ones in the chat, I'm ready to see. Is y'all gonna put y'all money where y'all mouth is? Are y'all serious or not? Because this is just chump change compared to like other prices that you can get, like mentorship and all of that. Which I'm working on that in the background, y'all, the mentorship. I have had a lot of people DM me asking me, do you have mentorship? I'll need hands-on training. I want to be able to ask questions, all of that. I'm working on that now for y'all. Also, while I'm on that topic, who prefers hands-on training? Who prefers the one-on-one training? Who prefers that? Put a 1 in the chat if you prefer one-on-one training. Or like, you know, one and you're like in a group coaching call and you can ask your questions and stuff. Who prefers that? Where y'all at in the chat? Y'all just went ghosts. Y'all ain't saying nothing now, huh? Oh, it looks like we got an action taker coming through. We gonna see. It looks like we got an action taker coming through. I want to see how many people gonna join this action taker that's coming through. I'm not gonna show her because it got her email up there, and I don't want to show her email. Yeah, hey baby. Hey, nah, nah, nah. Let's see. Who say one probably needs lots of help? Yes, one-on-one. So yeah, you would definitely benefit from one-on-one. Some people can get the tool and Some people can get the tool and actually be successful on their own, right? And then there's the people that needs the one-on-one training, right? That actually needs the help, right? And that's okay. Okay? That is totally okay. I feel like I like one-on-one as well. I like mentorship. I like courses as well though. I'm the type of person that I like courses and I like mentorship as well. So I like both, right? I like both. Retired and starting off as a newbie. Okay, well that's nice. Congratulations on being retired. Congratulations. I love that. All right. So we just got someone here. So shout out to it doesn't let me see. What is the name? Leave that alone, baby. Leave that alone. Tiki's Creative. I'm sorry if I'm saying your business name wrong. But shout out to you. We see our action takers. Oh, there you go, Tiki. Is that your name? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Miss Beautiful. I'm going to call you Miss Beautiful. That's what I'm going to call you. We just seen Miss Beautiful. Miss Beautiful is an action taker. Let's give it up for Miss Beautiful. Yes. Girl, you're not going to be disappointed. I promise you. You're not going to be disappointed. Y'all congratulate Miss Beautiful in the chat. Congratulate Miss Beautiful in the chat for taking action today. She said she was going to take action, and what did she do? Took action. Okay? Because there was a couple of people up here that said they put a 1, but they didn't take action. I'm just saying, I got to be real. I got to be real. Because if I don't be real, you won't learn. You won't. I'm just telling you. And I'm not just saying this because it's a benefit to me. I'm literally being serious. Action takers is a money makers. There's people that will keep binge watching information until they get information overload. Literally. Let me stop screen so y'all can see me on the big screen. There's people that will literally go information until they do information overload. Literally. Hold on, y'all. Let's see here. Yeah, they will do information. Yes, right. Congratulations. Let's congratulate her. But they will do information until they do information overload, right? They will never take action. And you know, they will stay in the same predicament that they've been in because they're not taking action. At the end of the day, I didn't start in the digital product coach market as it is. I did multiple businesses, right? My first real business, if you don't count when I was in elementary selling candy to the students, I literally was an author, right? I was an author. And that was my first business. I didn't know anything about business, right? And I slowly learned about business, right? I literally went from being an author. Huh? I'm about to be done in a minute. What you about to take? I'm about to be done. Give me a second. Let me cook. Give me about 5-10 minutes. Okay. Give me about 5-10 minutes to cook. I gotta show my people. I gotta let them know it's serious. Okay. Give me 5-10 minutes to cook. Okay. All right, y'all. Sorry, y'all. They trying to get me off, but I'm trying to implement this in y'all head because this is important. Okay. Now, like I said, I started off as an author, right? That was my first ever business. Then, after being an author, I then learned how to create my own publishing company. Now, this was way back when. This is in 2015, before Amazon KDP even had a hardcover. They didn't even have hardcover option. Now they do, right? So I started way back then, okay? And I tried multiple business. I went from that to selling hair, selling contacts, selling lashes, right? Physical products that I actually had to ship out, right? Then after that, somehow I stumbled upon digital products, right? I stumbled upon digital products. And the first digital product that I sold was a credit repair. I was in a credit repair niche, right? And I wasn't really passionate about the credit repair niche, right? I just did it because it was something that I solved. I fixed my credit, my mom's credit, my husband's credit, right? So after doing this, I was like, well, people want this. There's a market for credit repair. Let me sell this. Let me create a digital product. And that is what I did. I created a digital product and I made money, right? That is when I first seen the aspect of digital money. I was like, okay, so I can do this. Like, and then there was a day that came where I made more than what I made at my job in a day. So I was like, I can do this, right? So that was the aspect. And I didn't even do it with ads. I used cold outreach. That was my marketing strategy for that. But I really didn't like credit repair. I really didn't. I wasn't passionate about it. I wasn't trying to keep going to the CFPB, doing this, doing that. I wasn't passionate about it. So you know what I did? I switched niches. I literally started over, right? And I was able to start over and pitch my offer and make $2,000 plus, right? It was more than 2,000, but I'm just rounding it to 2,000, right? I made 2,000 plus in 1 week from doing digital products, starting completely new for my first week in pitching my offer, right? So I was like, okay, yes, I'm definitely sticking with this. That's why it's very important to choose your niche, the right niche, so you don't have to make the mistake that I did of doing multiple businesses. Okay, right? So that is important, literally. So after that, I was like, okay, this is what I'm sticking with. Okay, and I'm gonna build it up all over again from the ground up, starting from zero. Like I did. And I had less. I don't want to hear the excuse no more of you can't do it because you don't have a following. No, I did it with under 1,000 followers. I was literally pitching my offer in the DMs while going live on TikTok. And I was able to make 2,000 plus in 1 week. How many of y'all is wanting to do that? Put a 1 in the chat. If y'all really are trying to change y'all lives, put a 1 in the chat. Where is my action takers? Put a 1 in the chat. If y'all is really serious, y'all tired of working the 9 to 5. Y'all tired of clocking in for someone, building someone else's company up. Y'all tired of it. You exhausted. You want more time with your kids, your family, right? Miss Beautiful says 1. I see it. And she's an action taker because she took action today. She putting her money where her mouth is. She took action. Okay. So Miss Beautiful is the only one on this live that wants to change their life. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. But I commend Miss Beautiful. And I'm not gonna say she's the only one because Latoya put 1, 2, and she already took action as well. She took action as well. Not on this live, she been took action already. But she took action. Marilyn says 1. That's what I'm talking about. And Marilyn, she already said her situation. Marilyn is good. She's good in my book. So I see my action takers. I see y'all. I peep y'all. I'm going to keep seeing y'all in this live. I'm going to see y'all. But that is what I'm going to leave with today. I'm going to leave y'all with that, to really think and reflect on yourselves and your business. And I'm not saying you have to do it with me. You can do it with whoever you feel comfortable with. But I really want y'all to change y'all lives, because y'all wouldn't be here if that's not what y'all wanted. Y'all really wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. So I'm going to drop the link one more time and I'm going to get off. So this is for my people that if you want it, I'm going to drop it one more time. It's only $99 a month. I'm going to drop the link right here. I sold candy when I was in high school. Yeah, we on the same day. I did that, but I did it in elementary school. My mama, she would take me to the store and buy candy for me, and I would sell it at the school. Like, it's in my blood. My dad, he was entrepreneur. My mom, she's business minded. Like it's literally in my blood. So, but okay, guys. So that is the link. I'm going to give y'all like a few minutes to do that if you want to get access. I'm going to go ahead and jump off because I have to do some stuff with my family. So I'm going to jump off, but that is the link for the people that wants to come through if y'all interested. And I'll see y'all in the next live. So make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all want to catch me and learning how to create digital products, we're going to continue to go more and more in depth. You can check out my videos as well. I will be doing case studies as well as other videos. So just make sure y'all check that out. And I'll see y'all in the next one.